Hello everybody and welcome into the RNGIDP channel. My name is Craig. Happy to have you here for another Game Day 17 broadcast here in my randomized NUS League. I am using the 2015 Strat-O-Matic baseball set. If you're new to the channel, welcome, hello, and thank you for joining me here. What I have done is taken the whole 2015 set and randomized the rosters completely. And so the teams are all different. I've changed their names because, well, why not? You've got randomized rosters, might as well have random teams. So these are brand new teams. I've created a 30-day schedule where each team will play 28 games in those 30 days with 2 days off. We're over halfway through here, being at Game Day 17. Things are starting to shape up. They would be the playoff races, but I've split the two leagues up, the Kanto League and the Alola League. I split them up with no divisions, so they're just two leagues, the KL and the AL. And the winner of each league, after the 28 games are played, if you might notice, there's 15 teams in each league. So each team is going to play each other twice, once home and once away. And after that, it's rather like a soccer setup if you're familiar with that kind of deal. After the initial 2 games, one at home, one away, the winner of each league will play each other. There's no interleague play, just the two leagues. They play every team in each league, once home, once away, and then the winner of the league will be playing in the Championship Series. So as it stands coming into this game day, into Game Day 17, it would be Milwaukee taking Texas in that Championship Series for all the marbles. But don't fret if your favorite team is not one of those two, because we're going to have a cup competition. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm a fan of soccer, and that's influenced the way I have set this thing up. So all the rest of the teams will be playing in a soccer-style postseason tournament, a knockout bracket. The top 2, which would be the 2 and 3 seeds in the KL and AL, will get byes into the next round. So right now that would be Pittsburgh and St. Louis on the KL side, and on the AL side that would be Boston and Seattle. And then from there, it'll be a single elimination tournament, just to see who will win what I'm calling the RNGIDP Cup. So there'll be lots of stuff going on after the 28 games, the 30-day season. So this should last us for a while. Looking forward to bringing you more of it here tonight. And so is Jerry Ball. Hello, Jerry. Welcome to the stream. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. It's I believe it just started snowing here in Denver, Colorado. And fitting, I just finished watching the Avalanche playoff game. Didn't end the way I wanted it to, but that's how it goes. They're playing the number 1 seed Nashville, and it's going to be a tough one. This should be a good one here tonight, though, as Seattle will be at home to face the Chicago Whimsicots. Chicago is suddenly resurgent. They had won, I think it was 7 in a row before dropping one in their last game at home in Texas, 9-0 to the Diggersby, but no fault to lose to Texas. They're the cream of the crop in the AL. They dropped that one 9-0. And Seattle, though, coming into this one, have lost. They lost their last one at home to Detroit 4-3. So they are home again, and here they will take on Chicago. Both teams looking to get back in the win column. Seattle comes into this one sitting in 3rd place. They're tied for 3rd at 9-6. 2 games back of those Texas Diggersby, as I mentioned. And Chicago find themselves in 11th at 7-8. They're only 4 games back, but they're in 11th. So lots of teams between them and the leaders. So they need to get a win here tonight. Jerry says, snow? Not here. We've been having baseball weather. Well, in April, in Colorado, snow is baseball weather. It can happen. And it happened on opening day, actually, for the Rockies. It was not a pleasant day on opening the home opener. As for this game tonight, Seattle, they will throw out there. Chris Heston will be the pitcher tonight. It will be Heston. He's pitched in 19 innings. He's got a 2-0 record, giving up 19 hits, 8 earned runs, 14 strikeouts, only 2 walks. That's a 3.79 ERA and a 1.11 whip. Chicago, they come into the game. Their bats are starting to wake up, and this is how they'll hit today. Rougned Odor is the second baseman today. Odor, he's 4 for 5 in his limited time. He's getting the start here today. We'll see if he can continue that toward pace. Hunter Pence is the right fielder, 4 for 26 in his chances. 3 doubles, though. Andrew McCutchen is center fielder. He's hitting in the 3 spot. His batting average is at 373 right now with 6 bombs and 10 driven in. Those 6 homers are the team leader. Mark Trumbo in the cleanup spot, the DH. Trumbo looking to get that average going. He's only at 210 right now with 4 homers and a team lead, 11 ribbies. Brandon Belt, the left-hander, the first baseman, is hitting in the 5 spot. Brandon Belt at 218, 4 homers, 10 runs batted in. Zach Cozart, he's 4 for 13 after taking over the starting shortstop duties from Jean Segura. Nick Castellanos is the third baseman. He'll bat in 7th. And Castellanos, his average is at 228 right now with 3 homers. Tucker Barnhart doing the catching duties today. He's 3 for 11. And Sean check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Well, my headset mic is messing up again. Check. Check 1, 2. All right. So you can hear me, but it's not going to sound as good. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. I thought I've tried every which way for OBS, and OBS just hates my microphone for some reason. So hang on, let me do one more thing. I'm sorry about the delay. Hold on one moment, please. I'll hum Girl from Ipanema for me. Some elevator music. Check. Check. How about now? Can you hear me now? I think you might be able to hear me. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Do 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 do. I think you can probably hear me. All right, so we are now. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for hanging with me. So I was going to go through the Chicago order, and I just finished that. Sean Rodriguez finished the order up. He's the left fielder. And we are ready to roll here. The snow delay here in Denver got me again. So Chris Heston will start it off here against the Seattle. Well, he pitches for Seattle. Chicago looking to start here. The leadoff man is Rougned Odor, and that is a little bouncer over to the shortstop. That's going to be the first out of the game. Odor, he was 4 for 5, and now he's 4 for 6. Hunter Pence getting the start out in right field today. That's a 5-10. A 5-10 is a bouncer to the shortstop. The shortstop today is Alexi Ramirez, and we rolled a 20. That was a 20. A 20 may be a tough play. 20 for the shortstop. He's a 3 range, and he makes the play out into the hole, skips one over to the first. It's dug out by Freddie Freeman, but that's going to be a nice play, and there's 2 away. So it'll be Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen with 2 outs. It's a 1-6. This is a single chance, a 1-17. Oh, and he just missed it. It's a 1-19. The third baseman with a diving grab. That's Jonathan Herrera today. That is a nice play. A line out to third. And it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Chris Heston. So Chicago goes scoreless in the top of the first, and let's introduce you to the pitcher for the visiting Chicago Whimsicots. It's none other than CC Sabathia. Sabathia's pitched in 18 in the third innings, 0-2 record, 16 hits, 10 earned runs. Struck out 18, which is quite a bit, but he's walked 11 as well. That's a 4.92 ERA and about a 1.5 WHIP. This is the Seattle lineup that he'll face today. Abraham Almonte as a leadoff DH. You don't see that very often. He's only carded to be a center fielder, and he's not going to hit instead of Mike Trout. So Mike Trout is in the 2 spot, the center fielder. Trout's at 254 with 4 doubles and 4 homers. He's got 13 ribbies, though. Jose Bautista is the right fielder. Bautista's at 222 as a batting average. He's got 6 homers and 13 ribbies. The Seattle team, they can hit the ball, especially this guy. Yoenis Cespedes is hitting 350 with 7 bombs, 17 ribbies. Those are amongst the leaders. Home runs, he's tied for second. Ribbies, he leads the entire league. Freddie Freeman, he bats behind them in 5th. The first baseman, he's hitting 212 with 2 homers. Josh Rutledge is getting the start at second base. Rutledge is hitting 1 for 7 so far. He gets a start today. Russell Martin is the catcher. Martin is hitting 204. No homers yet for him. Alexi Ramirez, as we saw, he's the shortstop. He's hitting 274 right now. And Johnny Herrera is doing the duty at third base. He is 0 for 1 by getting the start here today. I think we're ready to go here in the bottom of the first. Our technical difficulties are somewhat ironed out, and I think we're ready to roll. Chris says, or Jerry Ball says, Chris, don't call me Charlton. Yes, don't call me Charlton Heston. Almonte against the lefty. He bats from the right-hand side and is not going to do much good as he is caught looking. CC Sabathia has his first strikeout of the day. So we are underway, and Mike Trout is the man at the plate. Hold on one second. And so it'll be Mike Trout against CC Sabathia. It's a 5-9 again. That same spot, same pitch, same result. 2 strikeouts back to back. And Jose Bautista, 2 outs. I paused there for a second because my wife was texting me. She was asking if I needed anything from the grocery store. And Jose Bautista, he draws a walk. 2-out walk against Sabathia. So I had to quickly reply that I need some mouthwash, and so does the kid. So that's on my grocery list. On Yoenis Cespedes' is a base hit with a runner on first, Jose Bautista, and he's gonna get one. A 1-10, it's a double. It's not. That's gonna be a single out to the right center field gap. It gets cut off before it hits the wall, but Bautista was running with 2 outs, and he's able to make it over to third base. That's a 2-out single from Cespedes, and now Seattle's got something cooking here. 2-out rally, perhaps. Freddie Freeman against the lefty, Sabathia. And another pitcher's card. It says a chance to be a single. If it is, it'll drive in a run. A 1-9, and it's a single, and no, that is stabbed by Brandon Belt over at first base. A nice play to keep a run off the board. And we are through the first, scoreless. Seattle, they made it interesting, but can't come out of it with a run. And we move to the second, scoreless. So it'll be Chris Heston coming back to the mound. My wife does shop late. She's just getting off work. And Trumbo will be the man at the plate. He has a little nubber over to short. And Alexi Ramirez, he'll scoop it. Been busy today. And his arm still got some juice left in it. He fires at the first strongly for the first out. Brandon Bell now from the left-hand side. And that pitch misses, and he's aboard with a walk. A 1-out walk for Chris Heston. And that'll be Zach Cozart. Cozart playing short today. A 1-5. That one is bounced to third. Johnny Herrera, he scoops it on to second, on to first. That is a double play. 5-4-3. A nice pick by Herrera at third. Hasn't played much there this year. This is his first start there, in fact. And he handles it well. Turns the double play. That ends the inning. Zach Cozart on the 5-4-3 double play. So it'll be Josh Rutledge, Russell Martin, and Alexi Ramirez to face CC Sabathia. And it's a 2-5. That's a solid single straight up the middle. Josh Rutledge is the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the second. Russell Martin now. Martin, not a great bunter, not a great hit and run man. So he's just going to swing away with the runner at first. It's a 2-2, and that's a single out to left field. So Rutledge moves to second. Will he try and take third? He's a 14 runner. The left fielder is Rodriguez, whose arm is a 0. So 14. Were they holding him? Yeah, they were holding him. So that's a 1-13. He's not going to test it, not with anybody out. So runners at first and second for Alexi Ramirez. Ramirez, hard guy to double up. He's a speedy runner. Sabathia, the infield, they get in double play depth. And this is a 6-7. And Ramirez gets a hold of one. That's going to be a double out to the gap. Rutledge will score. And Russell Martin with those catcher legs. He's not the speediest of fella. He will stop at third. But Alexi Ramirez has himself an RBI double from the 8th spot. And we have our first run scored as Rutledge scampers home from second to score the game's first run. Ramirez with an RBI. And Sabathia is struggling here. Nobody out. 3 straight hits. A single from Rutledge, a single from Martin, and a double to drive home 1 run from Alexi Ramirez. And now it's Johnny Herrera with runners at second and third. The infield will come in. That's a 3-5. And Herrera swings over the top of a pitch. That is a strikeout. That's just what Sabathia needed. It's 1 out now. It flips the order to Abraham Almonte. The infield stays in. 1 out. Runners at second and third. And the switch hitter, Almonte, it's a 5-11. That's a fly ball out to left field. Will it be deep enough? That's a 14. Left fielder is Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez is a left fielder 3 range. A 3-14 is going to be a fly ball C, so that one is a shallow fly ball. Rodriguez, he makes a sliding catch. He pops up quickly, and the runner from third can't go anywhere as Almonte can't bring the run home. That ball just wasn't deep enough. And Sabathia, now with 2 outs, the infield returns to regular depth, and they've got a tough one here with Mike Trout. Would they walk Trout to get to Bautista? It's not much better, so they're going to pitch to Trout. And it's a 6-7. That's a tough one for Sabathia. We've already hit that one. A 1-10, and it's a double. And it's a 14. It's a 2-star single, so that's going to drive in 2 runs. Both runners aboard will come home on a single from Mike Trout. And he does what he does best. And that's hitting the ball. 2-out single from Trout, and both those runs come around. And that is a 3-0 ball game now, as Seattle adds a few extra runs. Gave him a double by accident. So I'm going to erase one of these lines. My whiteout is getting dry, but that'll do the trick. Okay. So Trout with an RBI single here in the bottom of the second, and the Seattle Mariners lead 3-0. Jose Bautista with 2 outs. Trout at first. It's a 6-3. That's a ballpark single chance, and I keep forgetting. I sound like the Doobie Brothers. I keep forgetting to look at the ballpark chart. I promised you last game that I wasn't going to sing, and that didn't last very long. I'm sorry. So where are we? We are in Seattle. In Seattle, it's a 1-3, both sides of the plate. And we rolled a 10, so Bautista, he's going to be out on a liner over to the shortstop. So that's going to end the inning. But not before Trout does some damage, drives in a couple more runs, and the rally for Seattle provides fruitful as they now lead it 3-0. So Chris Heston has got himself a little bit of a lead now, 3-0, and he'll work to the bottom third of the order. Castellanos, Barnhart, and Rodriguez. So it'll be Castellanos the first to try and get a hit, and that is a ground ball pitcher X. So, the pitcher is Heston. He is a 3-ranged pitcher. A 3.8 is going to be rating. Is a 33. A 33, and we rolled a 9. That's going to be an error as Heston picks it up, fires it over to first, but in the dirt, and the first baseman, Freeman, can't scoop this one, and that'll get past him, and Castellanos is aboard on an E1. So Castellanos is aboard. Last time Chicago had a base runner, he was erased on a double play. Tucker Barnhart will be the man at the plate now. And it's a 2-5. And this one's hit right back to Heston. He'll have a chance to redeem himself. He picks it cleanly, fires it nicely over to second and over to first. That's going to be a double play. A 1-6-3 double play. Barnhart grounds into one. And Heston living by that double play ball. Jerry, thank you for the compliment. Just when you need the audio to go out. Yeah, you're right. No doubt. Sean Rodriguez now with nobody on. And that one is hit back to Heston. So Heston doing all the work here. He grabs this one and he underhands it nicely over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 kind of inning, as Heston puts him away by himself, basically. We go to the bottom of the third, and it is now CC Sabathia. He'll face the dangerous Yoenis Cespedes, who singled his last time. It's a 1-4. This is a ballpark single chance. That's a 15. Not going to get it done there. That's going to be a line out to the shortstop. So one away. Sabathia not fooling anybody. Getting hit hard here. And it'll be Freddie Freeman's turn. Freeman, not great against lefties, but he's patient and he draws a walk. Sabathia looks a little unnerved at this point. And he'll have Josh Rutledge, who started this whole thing. In the second, he singled, came around to score. And here he is again. This is a 2-10, and that's a swing and a miss, a strikeout. So Sabathia battling here. And he's got 2 outs now. He'll face Russell Martin. Martin sees the pitch. It's a 3-9. That one is a little tapper to the shortstop. Cozart charges it. And on the run, he makes the throw. And it's a nice play for the third out. And we're through 3. It's a 3-0 ball game. Seattle continues to lead here. Jerry, no, I get it. It's all good. I understand. Rougned Odor is the man. He's off the ball game to short, and this is his second trip up here against Heston. It's a 4-7. A 4-7. Well, he's going to be on board this time with a walk. So a leadoff man is aboard. That's Odor. And Hunter Pence now. Just trying to stay out of the double play ball. It's a 6-9, and that's going to do it as that one is hit out into the outfield. It's going to roll to the wall. That's going to be a double. Will Odor get the green light? Nobody out here. Will they be aggressive and send him home? That was hit to center field. The center fielder is Mike Trout. He's got a -1 arm. So let's take a look at Odor. He's a 1-14. They were holding him, so it's a 1-13. Minus the arm is a 1-12. With nobody out, they're going to hold him. So there'll be runners at second and third. Pence with a double. Odor, who walked, he makes it all the way to third. And now the tying run is at the plate in the form of Andrew McCutchen. And Heston, who was rolling along here, now is in a bit of trouble. The infield will come in. And the pitch to McCutchen is a 6-6, and he gets him looking on a strike down in the zone. McCutchen couldn't pull the trigger. That's a good time for your first strikeout. And the first out of the inning, Heston breaks one off, a breaking ball down in the zone, and catches the bottom part. The umpire rings him up. So it'll be Mark Trumbo now. Infield stays back. Trumbo with a 1-6 and a little too picky for Heston, and he walks him. So now bases are loaded, and it'll be Brandon Belt. Heston with that breaker a little bit too much there and didn't get the call this time, down in the zone. Bounced one too. And now it'll be Brandon Belt, the lefty. He walked his last time. And it's a 6-7, a 6-7. The infield was back, and this one is hit to Josh Rutledge at second. He comes up with it cleanly, over to Ramirez, over to Freeman, and just what the doctor ordered for Heston, a 4-6-3 double play. That will end the inning and end Chicago's chance there. They had the bases loaded with one out and couldn't put one past the plate. It is now a 3-0 ball game as we move to the bottom of the fourth. Wow, Chicago had a great chance there to score. May not have a better one all game, and just couldn't put one past. So it'll be about to Seattle again, the 8-9-1 batters of Ramirez, Herrera, and Almonte against Sabathia. And that one is a one-hopper to Cozart at short. He's up with it and throws it across. There's one out. Now we've got Jonathan Herrera. He struck out his first time. Herrera against the lefty. It's a 1-8, and he strikes out again. Sabathia's kind of got his number a little bit. It's a strikeout, number 5 now for Sabathia. And it's back to the top of the order. Almonte, he's 0 for 2. And it's a 1-5. This one is hit weakly out to left field. The left fielder, Rodriguez, camps underneath it. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Sabathia, just what he needed here in the fourth. As we move to the top of the fifth, still 3-0. Seattle continues to lead it here. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters for Heston. Cozart, Castellanos, and Barnhart. This one could be trouble, as this one is hit into the air out into left field. It's a ballpark home run chance here in Seattle. That's a 1-7. Cozart, it is a 7, and that one is gone. A home run for Zach Cozart to lead off the fifth. And Heston gives up the long ball there as Cozart goes yard. And now it'll be, maybe that's the what'll wake up the Chicago bats as Castellanos comes up. It's a 3-7, a 3-7. That's got a chance at a single. And it is, as it sneaks past the third baseman, Herrera. And back-to-back hits now against Heston. And maybe he's on the ropes. It's Tucker Barnhart now. Barnhart, the switch hitter, that's a 6-7. And that one is going to be a double play ball for Barnhart again. It's hit to Rutledge. No problem as he goes 4-6-3 to get the twin killing. So just when you thought Chicago might rally, the double play ball gets him again. Now there's 2 outs for Sean Rodriguez. And it's a 1-12, and Rodriguez strikes. So that's only the second strikeout. Chris Heston, after giving up the leadoff home run, battles back to only give up 1 run here in the fifth. This is a close one, though. Seattle has only got a 2-run lead as we move to the bottom half. And it'll be Trout, Batista, and Cespedes. Trout, he puts a hold to this one. It's a ballpark home run chance, and it is gone. Trout gets the run back, and he goes yard off CC Sabathia in a hurry. That one was a frozen rope out there into right field. And Trout got himself a 3 RBI game. He had an RBI single back in the, what was that, the second inning? And now it's Bautista against Sabathia. And this one is a strikeout. Caught looking is Bautista. 6 Ks now for CC. And it'll be Cespedes. Cespedes is 1 for 2 today. Way to go, Zach Attack, says Jerry Ball. And this is a 6-6. That's going to be a strikeout as well. Back-to-back Ks. And CC, after the leadoff single, has gotten 2 outs now. And he'll face the lefty, Freddie Freeman. It's a 2-7, a 2-7. Well, he comes back just like Heston did after the leadoff homer. He strikes out the side. So Sabathia gives up that run again. Gives it right back, and it's 4-1 as we move to the top of the 6th. Moving right along here. And Heston will face the order for the 3rd time now. Odor is 0 for 1 with the walk. This is a 2-11. This one is hit deep. Will Odor put it out? No, that is going to be caught out in right field at the track. Odor put a charge into it, but just couldn't get it up and out. He's trying to muscle it out. Saw a couple guys hit one. Tried to uppercut it and didn't quite make it out. Now it'll be Hunter Pence. And that's a single out into center field. Pence has himself a 2-hit day. And he'll be aboard for Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen looking for his first hit of the ballgame. He's 0 for 2. This might, but it's a 2-6. It is going to do it. That's going to be a double. Pence is pretty speedy. Will they send him? Let's see. He's going to make it to 3rd. Will he round 3rd and go? Pence is a 1-15 runner. They were holding him, so it's a 1-14. That was hit to center field. The center fielder is Trout, right? Yep, and that's a -1. So 15, 14, 13. 1-13. Would they send Pence? No, I don't think they're going to send him. Not with Trumbo up. So McCutchen doubles. Pence, he took a long look. He rounded that bag, but he scoots back to 3rd base. And he'll stay there with 2 out, or excuse me, with 1 out, and Mark Trumbo at the plate. Trumbo is 0 for 1 with the walk. The catcher, Russell Martin, he gets up and goes and pays a visit to Heston. Gives him the, reminds him of the scouting report. And he's back. And the pitch, it's a 1-5, a 1-5. Well, he walks him. So he didn't want any part of Trumbo. He walks him, and the bases are loaded for Brandon Belt again. Kind of the same thing that happened back in the 4th inning. Trumbo was walked to load the bases, not intentionally, just, you know, the unintentional, intentional walk. And Brandon Belt grounded into a double play. Will he do the same thing here? Chris Heston, no doubt, throwing some sinkers into the zone, trying to induce that ground ball. The infield, they're in double play depth. And this is a 1-6, a 1-6. Oh, no, Brandon Belt. That one didn't sink well enough. He gets a hold of it out into center field. That's a double out at the wall. And that's going to drive home at least a pair. As Pence will score from 3rd. McCutchen will score from 2nd. Trumbo is going to stay at 3rd. As Brandon Belt makes this a close ball game with an RBI double, a 2 RBI double, driving in Pence, driving in McCutchen, and Belt has a pair of RBIs, and it's a brand new ball game, 4-3 now, with Zach Cozart at the plate. And that might do it for Heston. You got 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Seattle looking to hold this lead. And they might go to... They're going to go to Juan Nicasio to get out of this mess. So Nicasio has worked quite a bit, but he's been their best reliever. And Heston is pulled here with one out. Runners at second and third. With Zach Cozart, who has already homered off of Heston, due up at the plate. So Juan Nicasio will take over. Heston, he went a total of 5 1/3 innings. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. He struck out 2. And he walked 1, 2, 3. So his day is over, and now it's Juan Nicasio. Chicago is back in the game. They've got Zach Cozart at the plate. The infield is in for Juan Nicasio against Zach Cozart here. And it's a 6-9. That's a ground ball shortstop X. The shortstop is Ramirez, who is a 3. A 3, and let's see again. All right, a 3, and we rolled a 14. That's a ground ball C. A ground ball C, but let's check the infield in chart. A ground ball C. The batter is out. The runner on third holds. So that one was hit out to the shortstop with the infield in. He takes a look at third. Trumbo's not going anywhere. And he makes the throw over to first. And Cozart will be the second out. So Cozart can't get the run home. Just needed a fly ball and hit one out to the short. And now it'll be up to Castellanos. The infield returns to regular depth. Castellanos has been aboard twice. He singled and reached on an error. And here, with 2 outs, he faces Nicasio. It's a 2-8, and oh, he just missed it. He hits one strongly, and the third baseman, Herrera, makes a nice play, and he'll go the long way and get Castellanos at first. What a play from Herrera to save what was likely 2 runs there from scoring. But Chicago, they're in it. They scored 2, and it's 4-3 now. So Nicasio wiggles out of the jam for Chris Heston. And Sabathia will be back out on the mound. So Sabathia will face Rutledge, Martin, and Ramirez. Rutledge, 1 for 2 today. He'll be 1 for 3 as he lifts this one to McCutcheon out in center. Easy play for him. And there's one away. Now it'll be Russell Martin. Martin, he singled and scored. He also bounced out to the shortstop. And it's a 1-9, and that's going to be a strikeout. 9 Ks now for the big lefty. There's 2 outs. And it'll be Alexi Ramirez for Seattle. And it's a 5-8. A 5-8 is a ground ball second base X. I just hit the camera. Sorry about that. The second baseman is Rugnet Odor. He's at 3 range. A 3-4 is a single. Alexi Ramirez finds the gap underneath Odor's glove, and he's got himself a 2-out knock. Second hit on the day for Ramirez. And if anything, this will clear the 9 spot in Johnny Herrera. Jonathan Herrera, it's a 6-10. That's a ground ball over to the shortstop side this time. Will the shortstop Cozart be able to make the play? Cozart is a 1 range. Should be able to do it. A 111 is going to his E rating. Maybe he's an E10. And we rolled a 7. That's a ground ball A. So Cozart is going to be able to put it away as he throws it over to first. So that'll be the third out. And Sabathia is through the 6th. Who had Sabathia lasting 6 innings? Through 6 innings. Not me. But he has. And Chicago keeps creeping closer. They'll have to face Nicasio again as he makes his way back out there. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 batters. And Nicasio with the pitch. And Barnhart swings over the top of it. He's having a rough day today. Barnhart is grounded into 2 double plays. And he strikes out there. And now it's Sean Rodriguez against the righty. And that one is hit to Herrera at third. He gloves and he'll throw it. And it's scooped over at first. That was a little one-hopper. And Freeman was just as surprised as I was, but able to pick it. Good reactions there as Freeman keeps an error off the board. And now it'll be back to Odor. Odor is 0 for 2 with the walk. And he hits one to center field. Trout, though, takes a few steps back, and he'll make the grab. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Nicasio, doing his job as he shuts it down here in the top of the 7th. Chicago can't score, and we move to stretch time. It's a 1-run ball game, 4-3. Happy that you're here on the RNGIDP channel. While you're here in the stretch, why don't you leave the like now if you like it, so you don't forget at the end of the game. Go ahead and do it now while we got a chance here in the stretch. Did you get your popcorn? Did you get your soda? You ready to watch the last few innings here? Well, CC Sabathia is back out there. He's going to face the top of the order, Almonte, Trout, and Batista. And this is a 1-9, and Almonte is going to be 0 for 4 as he dribbles one over to the shortstop. And Cozart will take care of him. There's 1 out. Here on the bottom of the 7th, Seattle's leading 4-3, looking to add some more runs here. And Mike Trout, who hit a home run his last time against CC, is back out there. It's a 4-6. He's got his number again as he singles. It's a 3rd hit for Trout now. He singles one, loops one out to center field. And Trout's aboard. It'll be Jose Bautista. Bautista's 0 for 2 with a walk. Trout is not a good stealer. He's a C stealer. So he's not going anywhere. And it's a 3-8. 3-8. Oh, no. This one is hit to the short. Cozart scoops it. He steps on the bag and over to first. That's a double play to end the inning. 6-3 double play. And Sabathia just kind of cruising along, doing his Sabathia thing. So Seattle can't score anymore. That was kind of a quick inning for them. And Nicasio will come back out here in the 8th. It'll be Nicasio, and then the closer, Trevor Rosenthal, is warming. So it'll be Pence, McCutchen, and Trumbo against Nicasio's. And that's going to be a ballpark single chance. It's a 1. That's a single for Pence. That's his 3rd hit of the day. And Pence, being the menace that he is, his high cuff socks and his poofy curly hair sticking out of his hair, trots down to first on the single. So now it's Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen, a dangerous batter. He doubled his last time. And he's got Pence at first. Pence is a C stealer. Nicasio throws over to first. Hunter Pence back easily. McCutchen sees the pitch. It's a 5-9. A 5-9 is a strikeout. So McCutchen, looking at that pitch, might have been giving Pence a chance to steal, and it was called a strike. That's the second strikeout for Nicasio. And there's one away. So now it'll be up to Mark Trumbo. Trumbo is 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Here with Pence aboard. He gets the pitch. It's a 4-6. A 4-6. He walks again. So the game plan from Seattle is not to let Trumbo hurt you. So he walks with a runner at first. And Pence trots down to second. So you've got the tying run at second. You got the winning run at first. And now you got Brandon Belt. So with Brandon Belt up, the lefty, they're going to go match up here and go to Jeremy Affeldt. They're bringing in the lefty, Affeldt, to face Brandon Belt. Belt is doubled and grounded into a double play. He's also walked. So Nicasio's day is over. Jeremy Affeldt will take over. Nicasio, he went 1 2/3 innings. Didn't he? He went 1 2 innings. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he went 2 innings. And he gave up 1 hit, 1 walk. He struck out 2. And he's responsible for those 2 runners aboard. And now it'll be Brandon Belt at the plate. And they don't really have any options, the right-handed option, so they're going to have to let Belt swing here. So runners at first and second, 1 out, Belt at the plate. It's a 6-6, and Belt is going to get a hold of this one. It's a double, 2-star, and left-on-left violence here for Brandon Belt, as Hunter will score from second. Trumbo will get to third on the double from Brandon Belt. Just like that, we've got ourselves a new ball game as the tying run comes home from Hunter Pence. Brandon Belt has his 3rd ribby today. So that run will be charged to Nicasio as Jeremy Affeldt can't get the out. And he'll face Zach Cozart. Cozart with runners at first and second. Cozart's 1 for 3 with a homer. Will they walk Cozart to get to Castellanos? No, they're going to bring the infield in, though. Infield's in. It's a 5-7. That is a 1 to 3 single chance. We roll a 4. It's a ground ball. B, the result to the batter. He's safe. The runner at third, that was Trumbo. He gets caught in a pickle. He was let off a little too far, and he's going to be out as Cozart. He's aboard on the fielder's choice, but Trumbo will be out. That's going to be the 2nd out of the ball game on a fielder's choice. That was 5-2. So, Brandon Belt, does he go to third? Yep, he advances to third. Trumbo stays in the rundown long enough for Belt to get to third. And so you've got runners at the corners with 2 outs. And Nick Castellanos now at the plate. So Affeldt's going to stay in there. And, in fact, you know what? They're going to walk Castellanos. They're not even going to mess with him because they got Barnhart behind him. So that'll move Cozart to second. But they like their chances better with Barnhart hitting from the right-hand side rather than Castellanos. So Affeldt will continue here. Barnhart's 0 for 3. Bases are loaded again. And Barnhart looking to get some more runs here. And it's a 4-3. That's a fly ball out to left. Joannes Cespedes is going to have to make a play. He's not a great fielder. Well, I guess he's okay. Left field 2 and a 7. And he makes a diving grab, shallow left field, to end the inning and end the threat. What drama here in Seattle as Chicago ties it up here in the 8th with a run. That was charged to Juan Nicasio. Affeldt, though, comes back after giving up the double to close it down. And now we've got ourselves a new ball game, as it's 4-4. And it will be. Will it be? It will be. So Sabathia is going to come back out here. Pitching in the 8th. He's going to face Cespedes, Freeman, and Rutledge. Chicago, their bullpen is not great. So they're going with Sabathia here. And this is a 2-5. A 2-5. Cespedes hits this one deep and far and gone. Cespedes with a leadoff homer to take the lead back and pumps his fists as he's running around the bases. The giant elbow pad that he wears, the giant green elbow pad, flashing like he's landing planes or something. And he eventually gets it back home and gives Seattle the lead. Oh boy, the decision to leave Sabathia out there, and he serves up a homer to Yoenis Cespedes. So it's 5-4. And Freeman is up, the lefty. It's a 6-8, and he does strike Freddie Freeman, gets him looking. That may be the last man he faces, though. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. And I think they are going to go to the bullpen. And they'll bring out the righty. It'll be... Really, they just don't have many good righties. It'll be Fernando Salas to come out. So Sabathia's day is over. He strikes out Freeman. And it'll be the righty, Fernando Salas. So Sabathia goes 7 1/3. He gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 5 runs, all of them earned. Strikes out 10. And he walks 1, 2, 2. But his day is over. And now Josh Rutledge. Jerry Ball says he trapped it. Josh Rutledge will face Fernando Salas here in the bottom of the 8th. Seattle just took the lead back. And it's a 3-11. Whoa, that's a grounder over to second. And that'll be no problem for Odor. There's 2 away. Russell Martin now. Martin, he's 1 for 3. And he gets the pitch. That's a bouncer to third. Castellanos charges, and from the infield grass makes the throw. And that'll end the inning. So Salas comes in and shuts him down. But not before Cespedes hits his 8th home run. Drives in his 18th home run, or 18th run batted in. And we go to the top of the 9th. Seattle can now bring in their closer to try and shut this thing down. It will be their closer, Trevor Rosenthal. If I can find his card amongst the bunch. Rosenthal hasn't been the most lockdown closer that you would imagine. I believe the last time we ran him out here, he took the loss and a blown save. Rosenthal, he's pitched in 6 innings. He's 0-1 record. He's got 5 saves, so he's been pretty good. He's given up 7 hits and 5 earned runs. He's walked a few, too. 6 strikeouts to 5 walks. So you can get Rosenthal. You can get at him. So Sean Rodriguez is 0 for 3 today. And they're going to pinch hit for him as Josh Reddick. Reddick will come on and pinch hit. Alfelt, his day is over. I forgot to make that change, didn't I? Alfelt, he went an inning. No, he went 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 1 hit, no runs, didn't strike out anybody, and he walked 1. He stands to be the winner here if Trevor Rosenthal can do his thing. And it'll be Josh Reddick to lead it off here, the lefty. Will pinch hit here in the 9th. Okay, top of the 9th. Rosenthal, we are ready to roll. 3-7 is going to be a base hit. The pinch hitter will do his job, as that is going to be a single. So the tying run is aboard at first in Josh Reddick. He's got pretty good speed, too. He's a B stealer. And now we've got Rougned Odor at the plate. He's a B bunter. You bunt here with Odor. Let's see. The catcher is a -3 arm, so you're probably not going to steal. Russell Martin is. So they are going to hold Reddick. Or will they? No, they're not. They're going to bring the infield in, expecting the bunt. So Reddick, who's a B stealer, would be a 1-13. -3 for the arm. They're not holding him. So it'd be a 1-10. A 1-10 and he would steal. But Odor is going to try and bunt with the infield in. So that's going to be a sacrifice. A C. So Odor, he gets it down. Will it be a... It will be a sacrifice, as the batter is thrown out by the pitcher. So Odor lays it down. The pitcher, Rosenthal, picks it up, fires it over to first. That's his only play. And Reddick does advance to second base on the sack from Rougned Odor. So you got runner in scoring position. That's Josh Reddick. And now Hunter Pence is at the plate. Pence has had himself a day. He's 3 for 4. 2 singles, a double. And here he's got a chance to drive in the tying run. It's a 5-9, and he gets caught looking on a nice high strike. The fastball. That's the first strikeout. And 2 outs now. It'll be up to Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen is got himself a double in 4 tries. This is the 2 outs, top of the 9th. Chicago's last chance. Andrew McCutchen gets the pitch. It's a 6-10. That is a ball hit to the shortstop. That's Alexi Ramirez. He's a 3-range shortstop. A 3-12 is going to his E rating. Oh, no. And that was a 9. Ramirez is a 17. A 9 is going to be a diving stop by Ramirez. He's up to his feet quickly, and he makes the throw. He skips it to first, and Freeman picks it, and that'll end the ball game. Andrew McCutchen grounds out to the shortstop. A nice play by Ramirez, and that will end it as Chicago comes up short Seattle wins this one 4-3. And whew, they hung on late. Chicago tried, but couldn't quite do it. Rosenthal gets the save. Gave up a hit. No runs. No earned runs. He struck out one and didn't walk anybody. So Affeldt will get the win. The save goes to Rosenthal. The loss today will go to Sabathia. Solis went 2/3 of an inning. Didn't give up anything. But that was a fun game. Turned out to be closer than we thought it would be. I want to say a big thank you to Jerry Ball. You were here for the whole thing, and man, you were awesome for doing so. Big thumbs up for you, Jerry. And it turns out to be a good game that you saw too. So happy that you were here. The next game will be the Cleveland Spindas with Brett Anderson on the mound, and they'll travel to Oakland to face the unknown and Mark Burley. So a couple of southpaws on the mound in that one. Cleveland going to Oakland. Cleveland is in 9th place with an 8-7 record. Oakland in 6th. They also are 8-7. So that one should be a fun one. This one was a fun one tonight. And Jerry, thank you again. I want to say thank you to